We're talking with Gwen Auwerda of the Tulip Time Festival. Second time go around as full-time president, but dare I say, has it gotten any easier?
No, it hasn't gotten any easier, but you know, the longer that you're here and the more you learn, it does get easier. So it's great. It's a lot of fun.
Another thing that has happened since you've come on board is thinking outside the box. That's a hip term nowadays, right. But to a certain extent it has been. Not so much that has caused consternation, but it's more of what can we do differently. Last year, to make chicken salad out of chicken stuff, it was the STEM Fest. This year, a couple of things sort of worked out for the festival and might become regular staples of the festival heading into it, more as preparing people for it. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about it.
We've done a lot of things. We've got a very creative staff. So a lot of things that I look at that I think are wonderful are our family programming. We've got Move to the Music with Kevin Comrade. He's a fabulous entertainer and puppeteer. And we've got that show for the families. We've got a family rest area down at the GDK Park. So if you need to have a baby changing station or something to do with your little kids for a half hour just to let them get out of the stroller and run around, there's going to be entertainment there as well. We've got art and craft fair, kinderplots, you know, a lot of the same old staple things. Another couple things that we really had a great time with this year was working with Ambrose. And we did a t-shirt contest because our snarky t-shirt last year, which was the STEM Fest shirt, really was a hit. And so we thought, how can we involve the community in that? So we worked with Ambrose. We did a competition for t-shirts. We had 78 entries. And we ended up picking 3 fabulous t-shirts that are for sale at our place or Ambrose. But the really neat thing is, if you want to go screen print your own, you can go to Ambrose and do that. And that's really fun. Our staff went down and did our own shirts, too.
Gwen Auwerda, there's always been the talk in the now 12 years I've been covering these Tulip Time festivals about trying to change demographics, make it younger, make it more attractive, make it more hip, make it more relevant. We hear comments from well-known figures in Michigan saying, why should people come to the Tulip Festival instead of hunting and fishing and the like? But yet, to a certain extent, is that a little bit overblown? That perhaps in trying to make it more modern and more hip, it's sort of gone away from some of its core values, and maybe it's time to get back to them?
Well, I think we have a combination of both. If you think of what our festival is, we celebrate our Dutch heritage, we celebrate tulips, and we celebrate community. And we've got a lot of Dutch events and things, food, entertainment, Dutch marketplace where you can shop and buy Dutch items. So I think we still have that component of the heritage and of our roots, if you will. And then when you think about community, we've got all the community organizations we work with. La Oop is one of them. Helen Corral. I mean, the list goes on and on. I don't want to list them all, and I don't want to exclude anybody. But we work with those organizations too, and that's the community part of what we do. And of course, the queen of the festival is the tulip, and there's 6 million tulips planted here in town, and they're beautiful.
Now, Gwen, you talk about LOUP, the Latin Americans United for Progress. Sometimes overshadowed by Tulip Time is LOUP's key signature event, Fiesta, which is scheduled for Saturday. It's the 48th annual to celebrate the Latin heritage and culture in this area. And you mentioned it, working with LOUP instead of working against them has really helped both events. People might know of Tulip Time, but if they come on opening day, hey, there's a lot of things going on at the Civic Center and not a Dutch thing near them at all.
Right. I think the only Dutch thing near them is our office, which is a little bit up the street. It's a fabulous partnership with them. Many people may not know that we share the proceeds of the carnival from Friday and Saturday with LOUP, and that's one way in which we're supporting their organization and what they do. We meet with them regularly, and it's all the things behind the scenes that you don't see that we work with them on. And it's a great partnership.
Gwen Auwerda, the Executive Director of Tulip Time, in your mind, what constitutes a successful Tulip Time Festival?
500,000 visitors, $10 million economic impact to the West Michigan area, and fun.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. And we're going to have a lot of fun this year because the weather's going to be great. I looked at the forecast this morning. Sun and 70 almost every day for the next 7. Now, if we can get through next week's Saturday parade with no rain, that would be great because I think it's rained every year for the last 3.
And it's rained on a more often than the occasion. Some might say, well, bring the rain in at night to get to water the flowers. Right. But yet, I know it's a non-profit organization, the Tulip Time is, and it's not bent toward trying to earn money for shareholders or stockholders and the like. However, the economic reality is the festival needs to be able to stay in the black.
Right.
To a certain extent, is that still a big concern, or is it more of we have everything in place? If things operate properly, even with the weather, we can't control that. We're still going to be okay?
Yeah, we will be okay. I mean, our goal is to break even and to make some money, to put some money away so that we can continue to do new things with the festival. New things cost money, unfortunately. We have a lot of great partnerships and a lot of people that give us items on an in-kind basis, and that's fabulous for us. But we do need to be able to remain in the black, to remain sustainable. And I think some of the changes and changing the target market and the demographics that we're going after will do that. We've got a beer tent down on 8th Street, and we've got a really nice entertainment in there this year. And it's not going to be, loud and overbearing, because I know people live downtown, but it's going to be great. And I hope people come watch Dutch Dance, stop at the beer time, go to City View and have dinner, and go to a show over at the Knickerbocker. You can make a great night and walk within 2 blocks of all those activities.
One final thing, Gwen Auwerda, and I apologize if this is an unfair question to you, only being in your 3rd year as executive director and 2nd year really hands-on as leader of this particular festival, operational leader, I should say. But yet, the impact of the Pure Michigan Tourism Campaign has been felt by a lot of events throughout the state. Can you put into any numbers or any ideas as to the impact that Pure Michigan has had in increasing the numbers, increasing the impact and the visibility of Tulip Time? Are you seeing perhaps more people here to a certain extent because of Pure Michigan? Or is that something that really can't be gauged right now?
I think it's hard to measure that because you don't know how people heard about the Tulip Time Festival or Holland, and so we measure the folks that are here. The Visitors Bureau measures, the hotel occupancy, and I can tell you all those numbers are up from a year ago. They're on a really, really nice trend. So I would hope that a lot of that's due to Pure Michigan. They do a lot of work with us as well. We've been doing blog posts for them. They've got all of our events loaded up on the Pure Michigan website. So it's an aid to us, but it's hard to say dollars and cents or people increase, if what that really means.